Come on in, folks. How we doing tonight? Doc Remy in the building. Where are you at, Doc? I know you're out there somewhere. Come on in here, Doc.
Hey, I'm over here. I'm in the building. K Solo. Hey,
Man,
welcome everybody.
how you doing? Welcome everybody. Come on in, ladies and gentlemen. Come on in. We got a special one for you tonight.
I was over here in the comments. Hey guys, we got a giveaway tonight. I'm putting it in the comments.
Yeah. We got a giveaway tonight.
Hoka Hey in the comments for your chance to win an exciting prize from the Riding with K Solo podcast show.
That's right, folks. We're gonna start giving stuff away. We're gonna start having freebies. We got some freebie packs in. I know all of the members and the members received it first, and then the subscribers are going to get it next. Our paid subscribers are going to get it next. So come on in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Let's see who we have in here with us tonight. Who's first up? Can you see that? That's Rachel. Oh yeah, come on in. No, let me go back.
Wait, I'm going back. Wait.
There's the freebie. Hey folks, for the free entry tonight, type in hashtag Hoka Hey and you will be entered. I know staff is waiting for his shirt. Staff, we still got your shirts coming to you, my friend. But we got you though. So just all you need to do, come on in, ladies and gentlemen, type Hoka Hey. There you go. Joe and Bev out of Tennessee, the Tennessee 2. Hey, what's going on? What is that?
Let me see. D-Bev,
Scuba Steve.
Right.
Come on in, ladies and gentlemen. If you could hear us, give us a thumbs up. We'd greatly appreciate it. Let us know if we're coming in loud and clear. I know some people are actually having a watch party tonight, man, because they're trying to get some G2 on the Hoka Hey, man. They're trying to find out what the inside scoop is, Doc.
Hey, me too. Hey, we got the 2 on the show for me to learn what I need to learn.
That's right. Who said, damn, thought I broke something for a second. Nah, man, you good, Scuba Steve, you good. Come on in. April Jones, that's you. There you go again. Come on in, ladies and gentlemen. Come on in.
Hey, Jay.
Let's get it on.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Man,
come on, man.
1151 in the house. Man, make sure you type in hashtag Hoka Hey to enter the free giveaway tonight. All you need to do, folks, is type in hashtag Hoka Hey. Come on in. People are coming in. People are chiming in. We're firing up the platform. Yes, indeed. MacGyver, Bolo. Tiki Doctor in the house. Don't be out there with those glizzy. We got Hustle Man in here, man. Hustle Man been with me since day one, man. I appreciate it, Hustle Man. And I got that trophy that y'all gave me, man, from your ministry in the front room, in the living room right there, in eyesight of me to remind me of all the good things that's going on out there, man. I appreciate that. Come on in, ladies and gentlemen. What you saying, Doc? What you saying to the people tonight?
Oh, you talking about the
yeah.
What I put on here was, hey, put in the comments and welcome. Let's go. Welcome.
Oh, look at here.
Other than that, what I got for the people is it's gonna be a good show tonight. We got Beth, we got Junie. Junie has written the Hoka Hey, from what I understand, has only been in existence for 10 years. And Junie has rolled 9 out of the 10.
That's right. She has ridden 9 out of the 10 times. And she's also a member of the board. And when you get that phone call, she is going to be the one that you're going to be talking with to kind of like go over your resume and just kind of discuss the reason why you want to participate in the Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge. So indeed, folks, we got Low Key on with us. Low Key, Hoka Hey, I want cigars. Ha. Okay, Low Key, you just order you some cigars, man. I got you. All you got to do is order you some. I got you.
And then I got the numbers. I'm rolling. I got number 886. I got you. 1353. I got you.
There you go.
3159. I got you. 1151. I got you. 1260. You in the building. Number 1302 in the building. Number 555. I got you.
Building. That's what I'm talking about, Doc. Get them down, Coach, because when we go live, when we pull up the big board, we're going to be following these Hoka Heys ride all over the country to routes and destinations unknown. Only thing I know is going to be the dealership, and then they're going to keep it rolling from there. All right, folks. Well, look, we're going to go ahead and get this thing started because tonight's going to be a long night. We're going to try to keep it short. We are going to do our best to try to keep it short so we won't hold everybody. But there's a lot of good information that's going to come out. A lot of the history is going to come out tonight, stuff that people wouldn't ordinarily hear. I'm honored to have Beth Durham on. She is the wife of Jim Red Cloud. And so, just firsthand. So we're going to dive into the whole creation of the Hoka Hey. So listen, folks, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and bring Mama Beth in. I know Junie is supposed to be with us tonight, but I think Junie's having some technical difficulties. She's over there working them out right now. So listen, folks, without further ado, let's go ahead and bring Mama Beth in. Mama Beth, how are you doing?
Hi, great. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Beth.
Thanks for having me on. This is great.
Indeed. And as soon as we can get our sound man and our producer up there to get the applause going.
Love it.
My goodness. But you see what goes on behind the scenes up here. So this is a nightmare.
It looks pretty well coordinated to me.
Control chaos. It's like riding a Hoka.
Yeah, exactly. Like putting the Hoka together too.
Yes, indeed. Oh, goodness gracious. We got a large group coming on tonight, man.
Right. So listen, seeing Mama, this. Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Hello, everybody out there.
Come on in. We're going to let everybody get a little time to come in, and hopefully we can get Junie on board. I know she's having some technical difficulties out there in Arizona, but she's going to work it out. We had her on pre-production, and she figured her way through it. Yep. Okay, Mama Beth. So look, without further ado, would you please go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience tonight?
Well, gladly. I'm Beth Durham, and I'm the Director of Operations and the co-founder of Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge. The picture of the gentleman behind me, that's my late husband, Jim Red Cloud. And it was his brainchild and my blood, sweat, and tears that brings us here today. So it's been a long, hard road getting to this point, but we're with the support of those that have been a part of the challenge through these several years. It's just really been great to have that support and to bring us here today. Yep.
Indeed.
That's a great picture. And
it really is. It really is.
It was his dream. He came up with the idea. Actually, it's a funny story, the way he came up with it, because, well, first of all, Jim was a brilliant man. And he was always coming up with some crazy ideas. Some of them were, fantastic ideas. Some of them were a little bit on the crazy side, I guess you'd say, but this one was one that just stuck. And when he came to me and said, he'd been watching the movie Hidalgo, and he came to me and he said, if they can race horses across the Arabian desert, we can race motorcycles across America. And so he came up with the idea of the Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge, and it was intended to be a one-off. There was only going to be the 2010 event, but that challenge, because it was so well received, we couldn't just leave it with a one-off event. We ended up having to follow up in 2011, and then it just kind of snowballed, and here we are today.
Okay. And that's exactly what we wanted to hear, Mama Beth, is that history of how he came up with that idea of the running of the Hoka Hey and going out and riding across the country. I know other people, I know there were already other rides and stuff like that going on. I know the IBA have been doing that Iron Butt rally. And so it was great that it was without directions. It was a specific type of motorcycle to ride the event, all V twin. how did he come up with that concept of all V twins?
Well, you can tell by his last name. You can tell by the fact that the Native American influence weighs heavily on everything we do with the motorcycle challenge. And so he is part Native American. And Verdell Red Cloud, the gentleman you see in the picture right there, after we spent most of our married life in South Dakota, Jim learned the Lakota language. He learned their culture and their traditions. He was very well respected with the Lakota people on Pine Ridge. And he became very dear friends with Verdell Red Cloud. And Verdell ended up in 2014, he actually adopted Jim and gave him his last name. So he was born Jim Durham, but he died Jim Red Cloud.
Yes.
And so just the fact that the Indian people had so much to do with and so much influence on the motorcycle challenge, that's kind of, I know it's a long way around to get back to your question, but that's kind of American, all American. The Native people were First Nation, and so we try to celebrate everything American.
Okay.
And yeah, we have a lot of people say that American Hondas are made in America and that, but where does the money end up? It ends up in a Japanese corporation. So when Jim decided that it should be American manufacturers, that meant Harley and Victory and Indian motorcycles.
So that is the concept behind of all V twin motorcycle participating, and I think it's fair. I think it gives a fair perspective of the ride itself when the riders go out on the same type of steed. I call it a steed, and so that makes it fair. That makes it a good. It's all about the rider. It's all about the experience. But I know Doc gonna dive into these questions. I wanna hear certain portions of it. Doc wanna hear certain portions of it, and we're trying to keep this thing under 90 minutes because our bandwidth we've already exceeded our bandwidth for the year dealing with Doc. So Doc.
Yes. Okay. So I want to dive into your personal journey and resilience after Jim passed away. When your husband passed, what was the first practical and emotional steps you took to decide whether to continue the challenge?
Wow. You're digging deep, aren't you?
Oh, I am. I'm sorry.
That's how we do it.
That one. So he passed away in 2017, and that we always get started for the next challenge about 2 years in advance. So we already had our starting location, start and finish location, which happened to be in Medicine Park, Oklahoma that year. Blackie was really working diligently to get the town involved and get everything set up and established and get the ball rolling. So we had already had a lot of energy put into the 2018 challenge. And when Jim passed away, the question was, how are we going to push forward? How are we going to make this happen without him? He had already kind of stepped back a little bit because he knew that Jim was an idea man. He was not a businessman to speak of. So the challenge had already taken on a life of its own. He did give guidance and give input as far as where he thought we might go, what the theme we might use for a given challenge. But since he had already started to step back a little bit by this time, it was almost by necessity that we went ahead and put the 2018 challenge together and completed that year's event. I couldn't have done it without the board of directors, though. I'm here to tell you, I leaned so heavily on them when everything was, when the rubber hit the road, so to speak, and we had to make everything come together. And it wouldn't have happened without them, for sure. I can guarantee you that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
And indeed, thank you for that, Beth. And like I said, we're still waiting for Junie to come in because she's going to have a perspective on it as well. But one of the questions that I have is, as far as legacy and being original, what did most people misunderstand about the vision that John had with this ride?
That Jim had?
Yes. I said John. I'm sorry, Jim. I'm all over the place. Jim.
Oh, well, the fact that we
because
started
I know in the beginning, for the very first ride,
mm-hmm.
it was monetary. It was monetary.
Yes.
There was a prize.
And it took a long time to get rid of that mindset. In 2014 is when we actually changed the theme. So we had been offering a small prize for those first 4 years, 2010 through 13. And then in 2014, we completely changed the format. We took it and made it so that instead of giving a rider a prize money for finishing first, we encouraged all of our riders to do fundraising on behalf of charity. We went to every other year. And so 2014 was the first of our biennial events. But in 2010, it was a all out balls to the walls race. And so we had a lot of people who came into the challenge thinking that, of course, they wouldn't have come into it if they didn't think that they could win. And as I understood it at the time, which my viewpoint is obviously quite different now, but at the time, as I understood it, everybody that came into it was actually participating in a race. But we quickly saw that not everybody was actually intending to race to the finish line. Junie being one of them. And she's got a story to tell, so I'm not going to step on that. But that woman is indomitable. She came into this challenge knowing she wasn't going to win the prize money, but knowing that this was something that she needed to do. And I think Jim was probably the only person actually that understood that this challenge, from the very beginning, he knew that this challenge was going to change lives. And it has. I mean, in the course of running the event and being the Hoka Hey headquarters, so my phone number is the hotline for people to call when they're out there struggling during the event. And so I hear their stories. I understand why the person at the back of the pack is at the back of the pack. And a lot of times they're struggling with life and death issues. They're not in it at all to reach the finish line by a certain time. And so that's why when we bring new riders into the challenge, I'm very careful to explain to them that it is not a race. The finish line is open as long as we know we have riders trying to reach it. And I'll be there if I possibly can. In 2011, our slowest rider took 43 days to do 14,000 miles. I was not able to be there 43 days later, but the HOG chapter in Sydney, Nova Scotia, 125 members strong, rode out and joined that man for his last 150 miles and rode with him to the finish line. And he earned that. He truly did. But if I had told him that he was riding on behalf of his sister who had cancer, and if I had told him that the finish line was closed, what would that have done to him? He would have been devastated.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Hi, Junie.
Hey, Becky.
Look here. Look what we have here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Junie, rider number 383.
Well, thank you very much. Sorry, I had to take the back roads to find the Hoka Hey.
I know, right? You took your route. I love
Wrong
it. I
way,
love
Junie strikes again.
You got it.
Well, we just want to say welcome, Junie, to the show. And if you would, please just go ahead and catch up and introduce yourself to the audience tonight, because some people don't know the Junie that we know.
Okay. Well, the Junie that you know, I'm the Rider Relations Director for the Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge. And I came upon that by simply reading an ad in the Hog magazine, sitting in chemo in March of 2010, and I learned about the Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge. They were going from Key West, Florida to Homer, Alaska. And I always wanted to go to Alaska, so I was telling my caregiver that I wanted to, do this ride, and he set up this fundraiser for me, and the next thing you know, I'm sitting at the starting line of the Hoka Hey.
Nice.
So,
nice.
Mother of 4, I have 5 grandkids. They're all doing well. They're wonderful kids. I'm very proud of all of them. Grew up in Illinois.
Okay.
Yeah.
Illinois. Well, good deal. Well, once again, welcome. We're glad you are with us. I know you have a plethora of knowledge that you want to share with everybody, and we definitely want to hear about some of your experience, because you have definitely ridden the challenge to this full spectrum and spirit. I always say you've ridden it to the spirit of the Hoka Hey. Indeed.
She surely has.
The spirit of the Hoka Hey captures you when you're out there. That's what ends up happening.
It does.
Well, I don't know. She kind of glossed over the fact that she was sitting in a chemo chair when she learned about the Hoka Hey. And I'm not going to let it just slide, because I am utterly amazed by this woman and the fact that she got up out of that chair and got on her motorcycle and took on a challenge of this scale. So you can play that applause recording again, because she deserves
it. Without a doubt. So listen, we're going to get the producer, if you would, please go ahead and give her another round of applause.
Well, and it was so funny, because I wasn't sure if if their agenda was, or what do you call it, their itinerary was already full. So I called Beth and I talked to Beth, and I said, I told her what was going on, and this is what I wanted. And she said, I think you need to get down here, because it was I think I was even talking to her in June when I really had made my decision to sign up. And I just scrawled something down on a page. But yeah, it was my second time around with cancer. And the reason I ended up being encouraged to do it was because when I was reading that, somebody sitting next to me said, "You should go ride that ride." And I said, "Yeah, I should." And my oncologist comes in, and I said, "Hey, doc, you think I would be able to ride to Alaska on my motorcycle in 3 months?" And he said, "Go live your life. Don't let this cancer stop you." And he gave me $100. And he said, "Take that. This is going to be the start of your fundraiser." And when my caregiver, he was a drummer of a band, so he knew a lot about, bars and what people did for fundraisings and stuff like that. And the next thing I knew, I barely had been in this town for very long. I hadn't lived in Mattoon for very long. And the next thing I know, there's posters all over my Mattoon with my face on them, to get me to Alaska.
Nice.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. You definitely have a story to share, and you're definitely an inspiration to a lot of riders out there that do know you.
She should
and
be.
For all the ones, exactly, and for all the ones that are participating, when you do finally get to the start location, the start point. Make sure you sit down and you talk with some of these riders that's ridden it before, that's gone out there and participated in it, and hear, their experience with it. Hear how, their stories, share and talk to these guys. This guy right here, Chrism.
Yeah, that man.
I mean, that man right there. In the military, we would call that a tower of power. And any of my military folks out there know, when they stacked up like that, they earned that. They earned that stack without a doubt, man. I took that picture when we were down in, I think we was in at the barbecue restaurant down in Alabama. I think it was that. And it was just to see him, and he doesn't talk a lot. He's very quiet with it. But once you get him talking, once he feel comfortable with you, you hear his story, talk to him, man. Good deal, good deal.
I saw Chris's name on the big board. K-Solo, when you had the big board going, that's when I really got into it. I was like, all these numbers and moving parts and these dots and everything. Yeah, and I saw Chris's name. I heard you say it, and this and that, and he moving that way, and somebody went the wrong way. Somebody going the wrong way, but we can't, you can't say anything.
Can't say anything. You just sit there rocking back and forth. You get ready for it because it's an experience when you're tracking it on the big board. And I'll be calling Beth and like, Beth, how are they doing? What's going on? The tracker's down. The tracker's down.
Yeah, but fortunately, the trackers are keeping all of that data, and it stores it until it can communicate again. So even though we missed a big chunk of the live tracking through Canada on our way to Alaska, I had every footage, every inch of it on the vapor trail after the fact when I went to validate their ride. So the information's there. It's just not always real time.
Okay.
I got one for Junie.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Doc.
No, I was saying I have a question for Junie. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just, before we move away from talking about the tracking, I was just going to say that when we started this in 2011 to track the riders, we quickly developed a support group known as the Hokaholics, is what Blackie likes to call them, because they'll sit down to the computer to watch and end up, they'll be glued to it all night long, watching these riders. And it's fairly addictive. So we've got that group out there called the Hokaholics watching.
Indeed. We just had a quick question come in, and then we're gonna try to get to the questions at the end of the episode. But I know Wayman Bozeman said I tried to enter the 2026 Hoka Hey, but had plenty hurdles to get through. I am from South Africa, and some of the questions can't be answered. Is there another way for me to enter the 2028 challenge? On that, I can tell you, my friend, is when that ball drops, that button, have everything already loaded. Have everything already loaded, because without a doubt, for this challenge right here, I think that the system ended up crashing because everybody was sitting there waiting. So I will let them talk about that as we go on in the episode. But Doc, I know you had a question, and we want to get to that question.
I did have that question. So it was for Junie. Junie, what makes you, after you did it the first time, I would think, so when I did the Four Corners, the US Four Corners tour, the SDMA in 2024, I was out there and I said, you know what? If I complete this, I will never do it again. I've done it. I crossed it off my list. What has made you keep doing it 9 more times? Why you keep doing it?
No. Why do I keep doing it? Why don't I keep doing it? I mean, seriously.
Because she's glutton for the pain.
Well, it challenges so many different parts of you. I mean, you're not just following, the GPS and it's telling you where to go, and you're not just looking at a map that's lined out and you'll be able to kind of follow better. This is something you're having to read, and you're having to make sure you don't miss the different, terms and the parentheses. Those parentheses are very important. But I've been riding since I was 10. my friend and I started riding on a little 75 Harley Davidson around the, the dirt in my neighborhood. We had streets that were undeveloped, that there was, dirt and stuff. So we would ride around in Arbery Hills, Illinois. And we could sneak off next to the railroad tracks and get out, through the to the little towns next to us, like Frankfurt Square and into Mokina on the bike. But from the time I was from that young, I always loved motorcycles. My dad was not very pro motorcycle, so I had to kind of do it on the sneak, but I never did get caught. So I just kept riding, and then I did eventually, get a bike that I could, ride, and I wouldn't get a whooping from my dad. And so, but when I found out about the Hoka Hey, I had already done a lot of traveling on my bike. My kids had ridden back there. We'd been to Sturgis. We had done those types of things. And so there was a genuine love for that bike that just, Hoka Hey is just, it's like going to a fine dining restaurant. I mean, you're not going to get any better ride than the Hoka Hey, because it challenges everything. There you go. Get me out of the ditch here.
I have to
Why me down here? That's what happens to me sometimes. I get too crazy. This was a very, very tight turn, and I ended up down in the ditch. But
I remember the
right
conversation
there.
after she went in. Believe me,
Yeah.
I remember that conversation.
You
Junie
remember
comes
it?
to me, why is a road like that even on this challenge?
That's right. Because it's the Hoka Hey.
That's right. That's right. So I put it out there. I said, hey, man, Junie have had spills. She's ran off the road. She's dealing with weather, the whole 9 yards, missed turns, misdirections, but she still sticks with it, man. She still, like I say, the spirit of the Hoka Hey, without a doubt. 9 times.
Indeed.
9 times.
Yeah.
Well, listen, folks, we have someone coming in the back door. I know he's trying to come in the back door. We're going to get him in here right quick. How we doing, Big John?
How you doing? Good to see you. Hey.
Welcome.
Welcome.
That's the honey man right there. Ain't it? Oh, that's right, Paco and Todd. Indeed.
Today's Todd's birthday, isn't it?
Yep. We got 909 forever. 909 forever.
There you go.
But hey, we know you are a member of the board as well, Big John. And what is your main role and focus as a board member? Somebody has some static going on.
Whatever Mama Beth needs me to do. That's it. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, there was some static there going on. So if you would, sure.
Are you wearing a mic, John?
Yeah, let's see if it.
That's it.
There you go. It's the mic. It's the beard and the mic. Yeah. It's the beard and the mic, Big John. I remember when I was going to the RTE and Big John blew by me on his gold wing and a pair of shorts.
Can you hear me now?
With his helmet on, and his beard was just flying behind him, Yeah, we got you. Can you hear us?
Coming down.
More technical difficulties.
Right.
So while we're waiting, I saw a
go ahead.
question somebody had asked about the trackers this year. They're wireless trackers, and the riders will be getting them at the at registration in Woodstock this year. So there's no mounting required. And I figured that was just a quick, easy question that I could get answered and get that off the table.
Oh yeah, indeed, Mama Beth. I know we're gonna have a lot of questions, and we're gonna try to get to everybody. We're gonna try to get everything answered and have a discussion as much bandwidth as we have tonight. We're trying to get Big John in, and I definitely want to hear his role and what his play is as a board member of the Hoka Hey. Can you hear us, Big John?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, that's a lot better. That's out there. So would you please, sir,
Can you hear
introduce
me?
yourself?
Sorry about the static. I had a headset in. I was trying to listen to you a little bit better.
Oh, you're good. You're good. If you would, please, sir, introduce yourself to the audience tonight and kind of let them know what your role is as a board member of the Hoka Hey.
My name's John Levins. I've been in the Hoka Hey since about 2016, and it's a real honor to be in this group. It's an amazing set of people. Like I said, I really do whatever Mama Beth needs me to do.
Okay. Okay. Now you also sponsor, or not sponsor, but kind of spearhead probably one of the biggest get-togethers of the Hoka Hey, and that would be the Small Mountain Taco Run. Is that correct, sir?
The annual street taco, yes, sir. We started that back in 2018 was the last hamburger run up in Moonshine, Illinois. And I said, what better place than Small Mountain Street Tacos, a unique place. And I talked to Chaz. He said he can do it. He can feed the riders. And that's where we started, because we wanted the camaraderie, and camaraderie along with charity. That's a real good thing amongst the bikers, or I call them motorcycle enthusiasts. I try to get away from the biker word,
Lingo.
Lingo. Yeah, there you go.
And yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Now, you've ridden, like I said, you've ridden the Hoka Hey. How has that experience? What was your experience like riding it? Because you rode it relatively, like when the first 2 or 3 runnings of it.
2012.
No, sir. I started in 2012.
Yep.
Buddy Eric Buskell, crazy one-eyed biker, said, hey, check out this article. First time I've ever heard of it. And I'm like, man, I need that, because my dad just passed away 2 months before that. So within 2 months, I was on the starting line in Las Vegas, Nevada, fixing to go on this journey. And it's wild, because Junie knows that anybody that's ridden it, after you rode it the first time, it's always like chasing the dragon. Either you're into it or you're not. And it's pretty amazing the people that have stuck with it without the money. I know Jim Red Cloud. I love him. He's my mentor and like my stepdad. And he always wanted the money back. But I personally always fought. I go, the money brings the people in that really doesn't represent what the Hoka Hey is. That's my lookout on it, and I'm here for the riders, and that's really my position as a Hoka Hey board member, being here for the riders.
Yeah.
And you do a great job of it too.
Yeah. Yes, he does. Yes,
I appreciate that.
Yep. Yes, he does, and I want to thank you. I want to commend you.
Hey, I do want to say something. We are taking my spiel. Not ashamed of it. This is one of the items this year. Big old bottle of Burning Gold honey. We would love it for anybody. You can go onto the page and look up and find out where you can donate an item or bring an item. If you don't have an item, stop by Dollar General, grab a bag of dog food or cat food or whatever. Bring a couple of old dirty blankets, because we've realized over the years of donations, bureaucratic red tape and government issue this and that, everybody loves pets, and we're sticking with that from here on out, because it's all about camaraderie and charity.
Okay, now you're going to confuse people though, because
I'm talking about the taco run. Sorry.
Oh, he's talking about the taco run.
Yeah, he's pitching the taco run now, but
I am. I'm sorry. I'm not ashamed of it. But
Well, if they want
There
to
you
bring
go.
dirty blankets to the Hoka Hey, they can bring dirty blankets, but
Yeah.
they start out clean.
We have dirty
Hey,
blankets.
Junie knows about the blankets. Sorry
Yeah.
about bringing blankets up.
That's too
betcha.
funny.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Indeed,
Well,
indeed.
since he's talking about charity and fundraising, though, I do want to kind of hit on a point, and Jim did. He loved the race. He absolutely wanted to keep the money in, and that might be part of why he decided to step out, was because we were taking it a little bit of a different direction. But he understood that this needed to happen because we couldn't maintain the race aspect and the liability and just the way people can be about stuff like that. So in 2014, I mentioned, was the year that we decided to start encouraging riders to do fundraising on behalf of charity. And even though the organization always chooses a Native American cause, like this year, Hoka Hey is raising money on behalf of the Boys and Girls Club for the Prairie Band Potawatomi Nation. And they are, they've already, I'll get back to that. I'm getting off track a little bit, but in 2014, the mission of the challenge became to enrich lives, empower individuals, and unite a community of people. And I'd say that we've done just exactly that. But as far as the fundraising goes, we choose our charity. It's always a Native American cause, and we work with a nation that's close to the start or finish line for that year's challenge. And but we encourage our riders to raise money on behalf of whatever charity they choose. And the reason for that is because we know that they're going to be that much more passionate about it. They're going to do that much better job for their charity. And honestly, in 10 years, they have managed to raise nearly $2.5 million. And I could not be more proud.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And that's what I
I'm
love
proud
about
to be a part of that for sure.
Yes. I'm definitely proud to be a part of that.
Where's that
as well.
applause?
Yes. Oh man, I'm trying to tell you, man. The
We need to
producers are- look. These are day late.
The producer be the
Hoka
producer.
Hey, I'm sorry, but Hoka Hey is nothing more than a vehicle for these riders to do that fundraising. But it's their love and their passion that has brought that kind of money through the door. We don't see a penny of it. They do the fundraising. It goes directly to whatever charity they're working for. Like John working with Fishy's Friends. What is it? The dog shelter down there in
Yes,
Medicine
ma'am. That
Park?
was last year. We're trying to switch it up. This year's Lawton, the actual city of Lawton's no-kill shelter. So that's who we're working with this year. Last year it was Fishy's.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and it doesn't matter what their charity is, as long as it's a good cause and somebody benefits from it. We don't usually have to check into whether or not it's a 501c3 or anything like that. Their work is on behalf of that charity, and they are solely in charge of their fundraising efforts.
Okay. I know Doc Remy is loaded for a question, and I'm gonna hit you guys with another one. So Doc.
Yeah, I do. And this is taking on to the leadership and the day-to-day planning. How did you learn the operational side of the running such an event, a complex endurance event, and like the permits, the safety, the insurance? I saw somebody ask a question too about the insurance, but the safety, the routes. Who is planning and designing these routes? It's not the same route every time. So how did you learn how to run such complex endurance? How did you do this?
Trial and error. It was a hard learned lesson too. As people who rode the 2010 event will attest, that first year was pretty rough, admittedly. It was intended to be very rough because of the fact that we were giving away a $500,000 purse. So we didn't at all intend to give that money away. They were going to have to earn it. And so the first year we didn't even include approximate distance from turn to turn. The riders had absolutely no idea when they needed to start looking for their next turn. So it was exceedingly difficult, to say the least, but Junie can talk more to that. But it was just a matter of putting a map up in front of us, and well, we would like to, Jim wanted them to circle Lake Okeechobee that first year. And so we did almost make a complete 360-degree circle around Lake Okeechobee. And he had a great deal of input in where he wanted the route to go. That first challenge, those riders, I've got my notes here, those riders saw 62 mountain ranges, 33 Indian reservations, 26 national forests, 8 deserts, 6 national parks, and 4 swamps. And that was in less than 10,000 miles. That we managed to cram all of that in. But the main thing that Jim wanted that year was to make sure that we hit as many Indian reservations as we possibly could. And we would have hit more, other than the fact that a lot of those places didn't even have paved roads. So getting these bikes to that location, we were not intending to put them on gravel roads, even though we did end up on the Moki Dugway. But there was, that was kind of a fortunate mistake, I think. But we've had our trials and errors for sure in planning the route. But now we take input from individuals. We definitely pay attention to what people are saying about this route or that route, and areas that they like to ride. And we've already established where our start and finish line for the 28 challenge is going to be. So that's where it begins. We find that location where we're going to be leaving from, and then we just look for the very best roads that we can possibly manage. And I think we're getting better at it. Steve Briscoe worked at the logistics of the ride for several years, and then he was working and got a job in Germany. So it was a little harder for him to lend a hand with that, and I kind of took it over. But I don't know. I sent you a picture earlier today, Solo, of Whitney Crum. I don't know if you saw that or not, but she was our Miss Hoka Hey for the 2010 challenge. And she was instrumental in helping to put that first route together too. I don't want to talk about the challenge and how it got started without at least mentioning her name, because she was living with us at the time. It was Jim's niece, and she was living with us at the time, and she would travel with Jim and promote the challenge. And when they were home, she was helping me with the route and with promotional videos and things like that. So she filled a lot of voids, and I actually learned quite a bit from her.
Okay. Yeah, Beth, I have a lot of photos that I'm trying to go through and pull up. Indeed. But Junie, you wanna speak on that? What Mama Beth was talking
On
about
that
as far
first
as
year?
yes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. That was one I don't think anybody, of course, knew what to expect, because it was the first year. And, like Beth said, there was no you did not know if you were going to go 2 miles or 200 miles to the next turn. So you had to just pay attention to that. And it was a race. So people were riding for long hours. And I myself, when I went into it, I didn't go down there with anybody. I just knew there was going to be a bunch of people riding to Alaska. So hopefully I could meet up with somebody and ride with them. Because I just didn't feel strong enough to do it myself, even though now I've learned that I can do it myself, and I have done it plenty of times. I guess it just took the encouragement and that kind of thing of others to say I could do it. So, but yeah, we got out there and tried our best to follow, these routes. But sometimes you would just spend hours and hours going back and forth, just trying to make sure you stayed on that route, because we were sure there was going to be something that was going to mess us up and we weren't going to be qualifying for that $500,000. But it only took me like a day to know that I wasn't riding for $500,000. I knew I wasn't going to be the first one there. And so I didn't want to waste what all these people had blessed me with. They had done this, like I said, the fundraiser, and done so much to get me to the starting line that I wasn't going to waste it. I wasn't going to ride all night and not see the beautiful country and, those kinds of things. And plus too, I was 3 months out of chemo and I just was trying to be smart about things. I knew that I wasn't the strongest that I'd ever been, but actually being out there on the road made me stronger. It really built up my blood counts were better and all these kinds of things. So, but we went through so many areas that you just don't see from the interstate. You don't even know they're there. Beth named off all those parks and all the different Indian reservations and stuff. And that in itself was an eye-opener for me. I grew up in Illinois and really had no idea what an Indian reservation even was, really. So that was, and then that first year, one of the secret checkpoints was Grandpa's house. They actually got to go. I missed him. I did not. He was gone the day I got to his house, but people got to meet the chief of the Lakota people. So that was pretty cool. And it was, it wasn't something that they were aware that was going to happen. It was what they called a secret checkpoint. And so you never knew if there was something like that going to pop up too. Somebody check on you to see if you got a tablet mounted on your handlebars now that you've left the starting line to help you. But I, as the rider relations director, I talk to people about that. And, if you're coming into this with an attitude that you're going to do something that's going to help you, you're doing it for the wrong attitude. You've got the wrong attitude. This really is to challenge you, and you should let it challenge you. So I did not, unfortunately, make it to Alaska that year because the person that I did end up riding with, I nicknamed him Garbage Bag, because the first time I saw him, he was wearing a garbage bag because it was raining so much in Florida. But he had unloaded some of his gear because he realized he had too much gear as he was coming across the Keys. And one of the things he unloaded was his raincoat. So he had a garbage bag on. And so I nicknamed him Garbage Bag. And he was I felt very safe. So we stuck together the entire time. And then when we got to the Canadian border, he couldn't get in. And so because I was, like I said, afraid of going by myself, I turned around. And so we ended up going from corner to corner, Key West to Washington State, because we went to Washington State. Then we went from the Canadian border to the Mexican border. So that was my Hoka Hey that first year. But the speech that Jim made that Saturday night at the writers' meeting is what really started my brain thinking. And after riding the Hoka Hey, it was not enough to just say that I rode it. I had to get involved. And because Jim wanted to know. He literally broke down at the podium and wanted to know what his people did to deserve to be treated the way they're treated.
Right. We had a question
And
come in from Tiki Doctors. Is garbage bag still around?
you know, I don't know. A lot of the first year riders, I don't know what happened to them. They, you know, but he got me safely to New Mexico after we ended up getting to the Mexican border, because that was, like I said, the goal was corner to corner, border to border, and that was going to be my first Hoka Hey.
Right.
And once he got me safely there, I took off and headed for home, and I don't know what happened to him.
Right. I have to ask you this question while I have you on speaking on behalf of the riders. Junie, is you are the interviewee. You are the interviewer, the interviewee that comes in. You have some people. Have you had people to come in that you had to turn away, say this may not be the ride for you? Their resume wasn't strong enough. Their mentality was wrong. They was coming in for the wrong reason. Could you sense that? Have you had to do that?
For the most part, people that sign up for the Hoka Hey are not going to be people that, you know, aren't pretty sure they can do this. You know, they're not going to come out of first year of, you know, learner's permit and try the Hoka Hey. You know, I don't think anyway. I haven't had anybody so far, but
not since Wendy Battles.
Who's
that, Mama Beth?
2011, brand new rider,
rider, snuck in.
She rode from the dealership to the starting line practically.
That's right. Yes, that's so true. But Wendy was before me. I started doing the interviewing when, you know, when we changed the kind of the format of things. But rather than tell a rider no, because I haven't had any that just absolutely scared me enough that I would tell them no, I say, you know what, let's give it some time. Why don't you go out there and ride for the summer? Go get some miles under your butt and post it on Facebook and let me see where you're going. Let me see what you're doing. And then we'll see if we can, you know, get you as an actual rider. Because I feel like if somebody feels like they can do this and they're healthy and they're capable, they've got, you know, when like Remy asks about resumes of what people have done, I do the same thing. Where have you ridden? Tell me where you've taken that motorcycle and those kinds of things. Have you done the technical stuff, or has it just been these iron butts on the interstate to see how fast you can get, you know, so many miles under your belt? That's not the Hoka Hey. If you haven't been on the twisties, if you haven't, you know, been down the Dragon Tail and been through those things, you aren't ready for the Hoka Hey.
Yeah.
So if somebody, you know, if I feel like they need some extra time, then I give them the time. And you know, if they can't do it, most of the ones that are reluctant, they'll back out. We haven't had other than some medical stuff. I think we had to tell some people no, because, you know, just can't have them out there risking their safety.
Because he was 92 years old.
Yeah.
What has been the oldest participant? What age?
The oldest participant, 83.
83.
Would that be?
And then our oldest finisher this year was 80 years old. So 2024, we had one rider who was 18 years old, our first 18-year-old, and our first 80-year-old crossed the finish line. So that was a big year.
Right. And the 18-year-old was riding with her dad, who rode the first Hoka Hey from Key West, Florida to Homer, Alaska, which is their hometown, Homer, Alaska.
Right.
And
that's an incentive right there.
The 18-year-old was the navigator, really. We ended up, you know, back in the back of the pack, as you guys that followed us know, kind of being sweep. I want to keep, you know, an eye on people. If I feel like they're getting too far behind, I might slow down and wait for them or things like that. But we ran into Alex and her dad a lot, and he was just so proud of her. You know, she had, you know, done. He said she was better at navigating than he was.
I want to address this question to Big John. Big John, if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay, good deal, brother. Hey, what has in your position? I know you do oversweep. I know you do checks on the routes. You check on riders. Probably what has been one of the most, not fatalities, but one of the most concerning situations that you've had to deal with during the challenge. Not a fatality, but just late night or a phone call or a person just totally gets off of track.
Probably the worst event I had to come up to was I'm rounding the corner. One of our participants, before I was on the board, there was still a cloud of dust when I came around the corner. And as I come through the dust, I see an older gentleman laying on the ground, motorcycle destroyed, and really don't even remember the fella's name or the number or anything, but it was just, I remember telling a young man that come around in his little red S10 pickup truck, call 911. I'm not sure where we're at, but this rider's with me. And next thing you know, follow through, and the helicopter came, picked up the gentleman, took off, cleaned up the scene, answered some questions to the local officers, and went on my merry way. You know what I mean? It was difficult, but
have you ever had to just tell someone, look, you need to stop? You just, this is it. You've reached the wall.
I have. This year coming up, I have a fella I'm mentoring, great rider, this and that, but we've really collected ourselves as a pack, because whenever we came up to what was the rendezvous that we had up in Eagle's Nest? Group of us went up there, and one of the gentlemen that was riding with us, very persistent for 3 to 4 months that he wanted to go, and the gentleman passed away, finding out that he did have previous health issues, and pretty amazing that he made it into the enchanted circle and took his life. We burned some sage and all this other good stuff, and his spirit will always be with us. He knew he wanted to be a Hoka Hey rider. The fellow that I met during that ride, he's a participant this year. Okay, family's pretty amazing. People, either they do it one time, one and done, or they turn into family, and it has zero to do with a dollar bill.
Right. Okay. And that's one thing that I want Mama Beth to touch on about the organization itself being more than just a ride. Look, folks, we're going to take a quick break right quick. Let this system cool down because we are getting hot and heavy with it. We're going to go into the second half of it. So just hold tight, folks. We're going to be right back with the second half of the show. So here we go. Hey, folks, it's K Solo of Riding with K Solo podcast. Hey, just want to let you know, tune in every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5 Pacific, right here on Riding with K Solo, the podcast on YouTube and broadcasting on Facebook. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 Central, 5 Pacific, where we're going to be highlighting the unsung riders from across the nation, riding the highways and byways, the back roads, the adventures, the journeys, the tales, and the legacies. Make sure you tune in right here, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5 Pacific. Riding with K Solo, the podcast.
And we're back, K Solo.
Hold on, Doc. Hold on, Doc.
Come
Come on,
on.
man.
Hey,
Oh.
everybody. And we're back just like that.
Good thing I didn't wander off.
I know, right? Mom gonna say, how long is the break? I'm like, 60 seconds, man. 60 seconds.
Oh my goodness,
That's all
what
we
has
got.
happened to you guys' voices? Oh,
Say, did we lose Junie? Where did Junie go?
It's like it.
I'm here, but you guys sound like the chipmunks.
Folks, can you hear us? Did our voice change? Did we lose bandwidth?
Yeah. I don't know, but you sound like you're a bunch of chipmunks.
You sound good to me.
Yeah, we're sounding good on this side over here. Everybody's sounding good. Big John, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Junie, log out and then log back in, please.
Oh dear. Good luck, Junie.
How do I do that?
Just log out and log back in.
Okay.
All right. Look,
Hey, I want to break in while she's saying that. Check out this shirt.
What you got? Oh, Evie.
Yes, sir.
I know what that is, man.
You know what riding is?
Shirt right there.
You know what eating is?
Yes.
Johnny Glizzy. I didn't know I had to burn them dogs.
Oh, man. That's a good deal, man. We can't thank you enough for coming on and manning that grill for us, Big John. You always do an outstanding job, man. The food and then the seasoned meat that you bring down, we love it, man. Thank you very much. You are definitely a part of the RTE family. So, folks, another place that you can meet some great RTE, some RTE riders is the Small Mountain Taco Run, and we're gonna have Big John, talk about it a little bit more as we get ready to wrap it up, because we want everybody to come out and meet these riders. Come and hear their stories. Maybe it's going to inspire you to want to ride the Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge, because they always say you are never the same person after the ride. The ride will change you. It will.
Can I say something?
Doc, I'm getting ready to turn the question over to you anyway. Come on, man. Give it to him. Give it to him, Doc.
John, I met you down at the RTA for the first time. I walked over to the little space and you was talking about the tacos, and I said, well, can I still get some? And you said, absolutely. And you made me a plate and you hooked me up. And I don't know if I'm the same person at that moment when it happened, but I remember you. And the taco was fabulous and your hospitality was superb. And I appreciate that. But here's my question. The taco run, does it move around from year to year?
No, ma'am.
Okay, same place, same time.
Let me answer that for a second. There was a event called the Moonshine Hamburger Run. 14 years it lasted. The people that own the location, which is 2 people in that town, and they had that event and went there 14 years in a row. And at one point they couldn't handle it no more. Like I was saying earlier when I jumped in, that what place would be so cool that you could go there every year? And I talked to Chaz. I just went out there the year before, the spring before, and I talked to him, to Kim, and everybody about having the Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge in Medicine Park, Oklahoma. So after that, and went through and followed up, 2 years later, I called Chaz on the way home. Me, the attorney that rides, and crazy one-eyed biker Eric Buskill froze our ass off riding back to Florida with a hamburger in my tour pack. I went home and freeze-dried it, and the 10th anniversary, it's coming back out.
Is that what you're gonna eat it?
Crazy, but that's the truth. It's gonna be that same burger that came back 10 years ago, 11 years ago, really, and it's memorialized inside of a nice little baseball, softball size case. It's all about camaraderie and charity. And the Hoka Hey family's been a big part of it. And Solo and Reefs, RTE folks, been there year after year, supporting it. Big fans, because that's what it's all about. It's just camaraderie and charity.
Indeed, indeed. I have a question for Mama Beth, and Mama Beth, I know this is going to be a touchy question. I want to try to just save it a little bit to the end, but I want to go ahead and get it. The Hoka Hey comes with risk. It's a challenge. The weather conditions, the elements, the route itself, fatigue. I know some people talk about negatively about the fatigue that the riders go through, and then still trying to push. What measures have the Hoka Hey tried to implement or try to change to lessen the rate of fatalities or incidents where riders just have accidents or something serious or major?
Well, look, we all know that riding is inherently dangerous, period. And you put this many motorcycles, because we're having 200 to 250 riders every year. You put that many motorcycles out on the highway for this many miles, and there's going to be accidents. It's just, that's the fact about motorcycling, period. And then, of course, you go and add the paper driving directions that they have to follow line by line. And then the individuals who feel that they're in it to win it, that they're going to reach the finish line first, no matter what. So we've started having not just Junie talking to the riders about their skill set, but then I follow up afterwards with a conversation to kind of help them with their mindset a little bit, and to help them to understand what they've gotten themselves into. Because yes, the challenge is dangerous. Yes, we have lost 8 riders in 10 events. And so the only thing that I can do is to try and encourage them to use their best common sense when they're riding in this, because of those things. They're going into the unknown, basically, not just because of the driving directions taking them to places that they don't know or not familiar with, but they're actually approaching this in many cases as like a vision quest. And that's why Jim wanted to have this event run as an old school event without the electronics to navigate. He and I both hate the fact that people get on Facebook while they're out there. I know a lot of people use it for fundraising, so that's why we haven't drawn a line and said you can't do it. But also, we just want people to dial it back and do away with some of those electronics in order to be able to think for themselves again. We're always being constantly bombarded by other people's opinions through electronic media, whether it's television, radio, or the social media. And so,
can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, Big John. Go ahead.
Mama Beth's 100% correct. I don't know where you were, Solo, personally on your first Hoka Hey, but like I said, my father passed away 2 months previous to my first Hoka Hey in 2012. And I literally had my father supporting me and riding with me on that very first time. That's why I said it's like chasing the dragon. You ride your first Hoka Hey. If you're doing it right, you'll definitely be there. And after that, I think everybody knows it's perpetual. And next thing you know, either you're there or you're not. So yeah, Jim Red Cloud was an amazing man and came up with amazing event, and I'm glad it didn't stop at the 4 years of the Four Corners.
Yeah,
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah, well,
Indeed.
it was supposed to be one and done. There wasn't supposed to be a Hoka Hey 2.
Oh, wow.
It was that was it, and everybody was like, "Wait a minute, we're not doing this again." And so
Can't hear you, Jenny.
then I said,
Uh,
"We can you hear me now?"
can you hear Doc? I hear you, Junie.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay.
I can hear both of you.
Okay, good. But anyway, they did throw in another, and that was 48 states, 2 provinces. We started in Mesa, Arizona, I think, and ended in Sydney, Nova Scotia. That one I finished, but before I got to Nova Scotia, Hurricane Sandy got to the coast. So that was another year that we dealt with a hurricane.
So this year was not the first year. Well, not last year. Well, 24 was not the
24.
year, the only year that riders
Oh,
had to deal with hurricanes.
Heavens no. It's been many years. Yeah, they've had to face it for sure every time. But to finish answering your question, Solo, the fact that we encourage riders also in the 6 core values, in particular, the ones that we award the horse dance sticks for: honor, respect, integrity, compassion, perseverance, and sacrifice. And if you are bringing all of those values and qualities to your participation in the Hoka Hey, then you can't help but gain something from it. And again, back to the fatalities and what we try to do to reduce the number of fatalities that we have. I honestly have come to expect it. And I do. When I'm visiting with the challengers after Junie has done her talk with them, and I'm visiting with the challengers, I do. I ask them if their affairs are in order. Do they have a will? Do they have a DNR or some kind of advance directive? Because anything can happen out there. And so we try to prepare them for that. That blue horse dance stick is for sacrifice that goes to the families of the fallen. And thank heavens we didn't have to present that to anybody from 2024. But in 2022, we had to present 2 of them. And we very nearly had to present 4. We had 2 riders who had very close calls. In fact, the one was, I understand that he saw that white light. So, the best that we can do is to help them to understand that this is unlike anything that they've ever participated in. It brings its own risks, and if they are participating in it with those core values and doing it old school without the GPS or electronics to navigate with, then that kind of ups the ante. But it's a vision quest. It's a chance for riders to look inside, to take this time and to reflect on their lives. And hopefully they'll be able to gain some introspection, maybe restructure some priorities. That's part of how Hoka Hey has changed lives, is because people have actually really given it that opportunity. If a person wants to use GPS or their cell phones in order to navigate, they're only cheating themselves. They're not cheating me. They're not cheating the organization. They're really not cheating the person who is doing it right. They're cheating themselves of all that Hoka Hey has to offer. because it's so much more than just a race to the finish line.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
I'd like to say this, break in.
Go ahead.
There is no one more disheartened for loss of life on the Hoka than Mama Beth. And that's one reason we call her Mama Beth. God bless her.
Indeed.
I love you, John.
Nobody wants a loss on this journey.
Now you're gonna make me
And
cry.
a lot of people don't know what they're doing, and they really need to say, I've always said this, you're purchasing a map. If you want to go from Panama City Beach, Florida to Homestead, California, you'd go I-10 and all ass and all this, but no, the Hoka sends you a map of the best route ever. So Mama Beth is, like I said, there's no one that is more upset and heartbroken for loss on this challenge. It's not a race, it's a challenge. Than Mama Beth. And God bless her. And the Hoka's the family. It's bigger and better than even Jim expected.
Yes.
100%.
100%.
And that was going to be my next question. But Doc, I know you have a question, so I'm going to hold back. I'm going to refrain and let you go ahead and ask your question, Doc.
Yeah. So this question is for Beth.
Yes.
And I got a little touchy too, because I can just imagine what you've been through, the transition you've been through. But my question is this: do you have a formal succession plan for the Hoka Hey? What would good, quote unquote, good succession look to you? Look like for you?
Well, if I could keep everybody on the board of directors that I have now, then we can't help but succeed. Anybody that would take over as the director of operations, this has been probably one of the best experiences of my life, is working with these individuals in particular. They've been absolutely fantastic, and they have carried me through some very difficult times. So anybody that when and if I do decide to retire, but that's no time soon, I've given it some consideration. I've talked about it. The board of directors has talked about it. What does the future look like? And we're still kind of feeling our way through those kinds of questions. I don't have a timeline at this point, but we're definitely looking at what some of the challengers that have participated, or individuals who have supported, who might be a good director of operations. But, I'm here to tell you, it doesn't pay well. So we're not going to be able to go out into the big market and hire top CEOs by any means. But it's a labor of love is what it is. And, my reward is in seeing those individuals cross that finish line every year. And it's an amazing experience to be at the starting line and watching 200 plus motorcycles ride out into the sunrise. But that finish line is like nothing else. And having the riders cross that finish line successfully, all in one piece, hopefully.
One piece.
We've had them, kind of struggle their way across the finish line, but and with broken bones for sure.
I got a follow up. I got a real quick follow up. What are your top financial or logistical risks you worry about in the next 5 years, and how are you preparing for that?
Insurance.
That's
Insuring
affecting.
an event like this
Yep.
is become difficult to find. And prior to the 2024 challenge, we had different organizations reaching out to me. Were you able to find insurance for this year's challenge? And well, no, not yet, but if I do, I'll let you know. Okay, well, if I find it first, I'll let you know. And these are big, well-known organizations. So I know we're not in it alone. And that's a sadness, really, because even being sanctioned by the AMA, if you don't get insurance, then you don't get sanctioned. And
Yeah.
so that is probably my biggest consideration and biggest concern right now. Planning for the 2026 challenge, we're about to face that situation all over again, and hopefully it'll be easier than it was for 24. But going through Canada had an impact on that as well.
All right. We had a question come in a while back. An individual asked if a person has a felony or something like that that can't get into Canada, can they still participate in the challenge?
Well, for instance, most of our events stay in the US in the lower 48 entirely. It's the rare exception anymore that we do go into Canada. And so absolutely, they can participate. There isn't a kind of a set aside option for people who can't go into Canada. If the route goes into Canada, then in order to be a finisher, you'll have to follow the route. We don't set up a secondary option.
Right. Okay. And I know there's one thing that we forgot to mention about Jim. Jim served in the Navy. Am I correct?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Love that photo.
So
Yeah,
say
that's a
again?
good one.
Yeah. When I received, well, I ain't gonna talk about that, but I made that pilgrimage out there. Hop said, Solo, you got to go out there. So I made that pilgrimage out there. And then too, when we started out there in 22, we went to his grave site, and some words were said, and it really was touching. It felt really good. It was really a great start off for the event. And I just want people to know that if you're out in South Dakota and you want to just go and visit his site, his headstone, where he's laid to rest, it's up there in South Dakota.
Black Hills National Cemetery.
Black Hills National Cemetery. Yep. And you can look him up.
Looking out of Bear Butte.
Yes.
Good
Yes.
deal.
When I saw that, when we took his ashes there, and I turned around and I saw that he had a view of Bear Butte, I knew that we'd found the right place. It was meant to be.
Right. Ooh, goodness gracious.
I got
I
one.
want to end on touching.
No.
Touching note. Hold on, Doc. Sacred Buffalo.
I'm going to make another shameless plug over here.
Go ahead.
This is Jim's book. And this is Jim's artwork. He carved the history and the traditions of the Lakota Sioux Indians on every single bone. So because it was such a massive undertaking, there was a book written about it. And I have heard it. Oops, sorry about that.
Live. This is live, folks. This is what happened when we go live.
Yeah. Anyway, I have heard it said that that book is a must read for riders in the Hoka Hey Challenge. And I don't disagree. I think that it gives a lot of insight into who the man was and what he was capable of. And that coin that you're showing on the screen right now, that's his artwork. He created that design.
Was the coin always the reward, or it was always presented to finishers in the very beginning?
No, the coin is always for people who have balls enough to hit the starting line. You've come to the plate. You're willing to take the challenge, and just being willing was enough to earn the challenge coin. Now, when we first started out, the patches were available. So because, again, we thought that it was just going to be a one-time event. And so we did sell the patches to, we made it available to anybody that rode. And it wasn't until we'd made the change to the format of the event that we stopped doing that. And the patches were only made available for finishers.
Okay.
Either finishers or anybody that left a little blood on the highway.
Now I have this question here. If someone does not finish the route, say they have an accident or something like that, unable to finish, bike torn up, can they go back and finish the route and still get credit for finishing the challenge?
Not if they stay off the road for more than 48 hours, not if they sleep in a hotel or sleep in a bed during the time. If they go home, if they sleep in a bed, if they're off the route for more than 24 hours, then they cannot be considered a finisher.
Okay. I definitely want to clarify that. I know that was a question that came in that was asked.
Yeah. My question was, the events get media attention for being the world's toughest challenge, motorcycle challenge, being so extreme. How do you respond to critics who say it's just too dangerous?
Well, Hoka Hey.
What does Hoka Hey stand for originally?
Well, Hoka Hey is a Lakota term, and it is there is no literal translation. A lot of people think that it means it's a good day to die. They give Crazy Horse credit with saying when they went into battle at the Battle of Little Bighorn, Hoka Hey, it's a good day to die. But Hoka Hey it's a call to action. It's a call to get off the couch and go do something with your life. Do something important so that when you do reach your deathbed, you have done something more than just let life pass you by. We're a big part of what the challenge is all about is to build an army of strong warriors in order to face adversity and get out of their comfort zones and do for other people. And if you take it easy, if you don't face challenges and risks, then there's a limit to how strong you will become. We've always felt that the warrior is more than just a protector and defender. They're also mentors and teachers. And a warrior must be strong in order to make the people strong. So yeah, it is. It's dangerous. Yeah, there are people who will criticize it, but these riders are some of the most exquisite people on the face of this earth. And I can't say enough good things about them. The Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge has brought a lot of really beautiful souls together. And I'm just very honored to be a part of it.
Thanks, Beth.
Thank you, Beth. Junie, you want to add on to that or your take?
Well, I'm not sure the question. Run it by me again, Remy.
Yes, I was asking. So I've never ridden a Hoka Hey. I've always been scared of
danger.
Yeah.
The danger and the criticism of it that comes with it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I, as a lot of I'm an advocate for, not being a race. I agree. The first couple of years, it was a race, and people should have been racing. But at this point, it's not. And so that's how I feel very firmly about you getting good rest. I feel very firmly about you not speeding out there, because it's not just about you speeding and you possibly getting hurt. You could possibly hurt someone else or worse. And like Beth, standing at a funeral of a fallen rider and facing their family and answering questions about the dangers of Hoka Hey, and I'll just be straight up, the belt buckle. I never wanted people to race for that belt buckle. And I felt like if you're willing to take a risk of your own life for a belt buckle, then we need to eliminate the belt buckle and take it out as a race, because I felt like we were racing for it, and the board and I have talked about it, and we've got some answers for you about the belt buckle, and we're coming up with some, better solutions. But I just don't want any more patches on my vest of any of my brothers and sisters. I just don't want another one. I mean, Get your rest, take your time out there. The finish line is not going to close on you. We're not going to close up shop and just forget that you're out there. We know you're out there, and we're encouraging you to get there safely, even if it takes you 29 days, right, Detta? She got there safely. We hugged her, we cried, we danced, we sang, we prayed, we did all those things, and that's the Hoka Hey. It's not, when you forget about all those people because all you're thinking about is yourself. I tell people, you can, if you look out for yourself, that's you. You're looking out for yourself. But if you look out for your brothers and sisters and they look out for you, that's a whole bunch of people looking out for you. Okay. And I think, that's much better odds. So I don't want to explain to your family why you were out there racing for a belt buckle. So please don't.
Oh no. It's definitely, and I always say this, an individual challenge. I know we just had the guys on Hollywood and his guys. They went out in a 3-man team, and they wrote it together, and they shared their experiences, and then on the backside, some information was shared how the individual's touch, how it really brought him back from a dark place. So, there's a lot of meaning to riding a Hoka Hey. It's a self-challenge. Yeah. I always look at it as a self-challenge.
I'm glad you brought him up, because I wanted to say something because I listened to their podcast when you were doing it. And when they were talking about riding together, those interviews were so fun, because each one of them said the same thing. I can't wait to be at the finish line with my brother. And it was refreshing for me when he said that. He didn't totally get the answer that I gave. But what I said was, it's refreshing that you say that, because so many times I hear from riders that say, well, if things don't work out, we're just going to go our own ways, and rather than say, we're going to work through it. Yeah, we'll probably have some moments that are going to get loud, or they're going to get, a little rough, or get real quiet. Sometimes when you're mad, you're quiet. But you work through it. You get up in the morning, you talk about it again. We don't know what happened, but you know what? Today's a fresh new day. And let's just go at this some more. Rather than, it didn't work out, so we just split up and we went our own ways. That's just me.
Okay. That's their perspective, and that's good. Look at it from an individual, and you look at it from a team.
Yes.
I know some people work together, train as an individual, and they come together and want to ride it. and then they go out, and then they may hook up with somebody. I know I rode a brief moment with Hunky Red. We ended up dead tired, poolside the road, and we got up and rode a little bit together. Sharif and I, we started out both times together, and and both times, he had some issues that he had to drop out. But you definitely have to just take it as an individual. I always say this, as a warrior going out to battle, you and your steed, and you just leave it all out there on the field. For anybody that plays sports, you know about leaving it all on the field. Big John, when I first met you, man, I thought you played for the for the Bears or somebody, man. You was huge, man.
Brother.
I was like, who in the world is this guy, man?
Yeah.
And I was y'all don't know Big John back when he was about 275, 280. Man.
280, damn. Hey man, send me some damn cards. I'll go out to McDonald's.
Man, he's like a monster.
You know, man. I don't eat that shit. I love me some tacos, man.
Yeah, brother. Yeah.
Let's represent everybody at the 8th annual taco run. It's all about charity and camaraderie. Same as the Hoka Hey. We're going to have some great Hoka Hey items there for auction. One-offs. Some of them are multiples, but come on out with a pocket and be charitable, because that's what it's all about. Same way with the Hoka Hey. I thought I was coming on here to represent the taco run, but then I see Mama Beth and my sister Junie. I'm like, holy shit. I got caught.
What I step into, huh?
Look, if you know, you know. And this year we also have the 2 cottages up top of the hill. And if you know, you know, and you're sitting here watching it this evening, everybody is invited to a 3-layer campground Hoka Hey Brotherhood taco run event. It's gonna be big.
Okay.
8 ain't 10, but 8's big.
But I just want to just end on this note right here, Mama Beth and everybody, the whole board. For the Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge, it's more than just a ride. It's a community. It's almost like a family. People go out and take on this challenge as warriors. You have something they call the Rendezvous. Can you just speak on that, Beth?
Oh, sure. When we started in 2014 to do the challenge every other year, 2015 was dedicated to a memorial ride for the fallen riders that we had suffered the loss of up to that point. And then we had our 2016 challenge. And then 2017 rolled around and folks are like starting to twiddle their thumbs and wonder, what are we going to do now? And that crazy one-eyed biker came up with the idea of the Hillbilly Hot Dog Run, which ended up being our first more or less unofficial rendezvous. And it went over so well that we decided this is what we need to do. And in our off years, we do have a gathering. This past one was at Bardstown, Kentucky. The next one is yet to be announced, but it's going to be awesome. And that'll be in 2027. So we're looking forward to that. But it started out as a very informal gathering, the rendezvous. And we decided to go ahead and include our awards and recognition for the individuals who are receiving both the fundraising trophy or that award, and those individuals who are receiving the horse dance sticks for honor, respect. Watch me flub it up. Honor, respect, integrity, compassion, perseverance, and sacrifice. And so it has turned out to be quite a really phenomenal gathering. We surely do enjoy ourselves. We dedicate the Friday night to just informal social gathering, and Saturday evening to the banquet for awards and recognition.
Okay.
But besides that, since you opened the door for me, there's also the chance for riders to get together informally by doing a gauntlet drop. And we don't see nearly enough of those, but it's the individual decides on a location that's at least 500 miles from where they are. And they give everybody else 48 hours notice by coming through us. We'll post it on our Facebook page, and they can post it on whatever other sources are out there. But we'll put the word out there. 48 hours is all you get for notification. And we've had some pretty good sized gatherings as a result of that. People just who ride the Hoka Hey tend to live their life ready to ride. But be forewarned, if you throw down the gauntlet and people show up, you're buying that first round. That might be why we don't have more of them happen. I don't know.
Oh my goodness. Oh, goodness.
Well,
listen, go ahead.
Before we go, Kay, I want to just give y'all a little teaser since Beth is bringing up gatherings.
Okay.
Being as we are going to be at Woodstock Harley Davidson, and all of the board members are none of us are riding this year. We have some really fun things planned, not for the riders, but for the rider supporters, for the people that live close enough to Woodstock that they can come and hang out with us. We have some fun things planned for those 2 weeks. Just a little tease.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, and Junie's in charge of that. She's heading it up. So for a turnaround, I'll be doing what Junie tells me.
It's like we had a really nice sized audience on with us tonight on YouTube and on Facebook. I know I got a message through chat. I know Richard Eastman, they're doing a watch party. Shout out to Richard Eastman.
Yes.
Yeah, those guys up there are doing a watch party. I would love for them to.
Outlaw Pete's.
There you go, and Outlaw Pete's, indeed. And like I say, man, and this is what I mean when I say it's a family. When I rode in 22, my tire went bald. 4th of July weekend, couldn't find any place to get a tire. And the one place that I found, the guy said, "Nope, I can't help you." I shot a message out. I said, "Hey, if anybody know anybody on this is my location." Kenneth Andrews picked the phone up, made phone calls. And a great group of guys came down. Man, they said, "Man, Solo, we're about 100, 200 miles from you, but we're going to get you a tire." And those guys hopped in their vehicle, brought me a tire. I met Richard out in Wyoming somewhere, and Richard took me to his dad's garage and old school. We broke the bead with a jacked up with a tire. And the guys got the tire there. As soon as we broke the bead, got it off the rim, those guys arrived, helped change that tire, and got me back on the road. So I just want to give those guys a shout out. You know who you
that's
are.
Beautiful.
I can't remember your name right now. Just blame it on the head and not the heart. But I really enjoy being a part of the Hoka Hey community. When you see somebody wearing that patch, just know that they endure something that probably only 5 or 10% of the riders out there will have endured. So without a doubt, man, salute to all the Hoka Heys out there. And if we didn't show you a picture, man, trust me, Mama Beth sent me a thumbnail, a thumbnail full of pictures, and we just can't get to them all. And I know I reached out to a couple of champs. I know I reached out to Billy to try to get him on, but Billy, he can't speak very well right now. So shout out to Billy, Fetty, Diesel, Riot, all those guys, all the first finishers. Who was the actual first finisher during the first challenge?
During the first challenge, his name was
We don't
Will
speak
Barclay.
his name.
Wait a minute.
There's some bad blood that passed.
I do have one last question. And Doc, I know we ran out of bandwidth. Let me ask this one, and then you get one more. You finish.
Okay, thank you, because I got like 20 of them.
Awfully
Well,
quiet over there,
I still have
Doc.
5, but we just don't have the time. So this is on a serious note right here. Can a member be removed from the organization? Am I saying that?
We
Can an
have
individual be removed
individuals
from
who
the
are
organization?
banned.
Excuse me?
We do have individuals that are banned, if that's what you mean.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the question you had asked Junie about if there was anybody that she turned away, generally speaking, until we get to know this person and the character that that they have, then who are we to say that they don't have what it takes is part of that situation. But once they've had a chance to prove themselves, good or bad, then it goes from there. And there are actually 3 individuals that can never ride again.
Okay. Okay. And because
I
when
can't
you're
deal
flying those
with
colors,
their
right? When you're flying those
mentally
colors,
scattered.
and I don't want to say colors, but the patches. When you're flying the patches, you represent the organization. So if you're doing something against the reputation or the belief of the organization, that's what I want to just kind of find out if a member could be removed or banned. Doc.
Yes. Okay. So my closing question, and I got a bunch more. Like I
It's ain't
got
gonna be 2 hours. It's not gonna be another 2-hour episode. Not happening. Not doing it.
I have like 3 more for John. I got about 4 more for Junie.
Well, maybe we have to do another episode.
Okay, so how can people support the future of the Hoka Hey? Like volunteering, donations, advocacy. How can we support going further?
Volunteering, donations, advocacy.
That's right. All of the above.
All of the above.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
The larger we get, the more it takes, the more people and the more hands it takes to get it done.
Right.
That is a fact. That is. And we do have a request that we've been putting out for volunteers on our newsletters. So if somebody is going to be in Woodstock supporting a rider and they're going to have some extra time on their hands, we'll put you to work. Just contact me. And info@hokaheychallenge.com will get it there.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to go around the horn and kind of take if anybody else would like have anything they would like to share tonight. We're going about 2 hours of this episode. We're going to start with you, Big John, since you was the last one in.
He's been frozen for a while.
Has he? Is he frozen down there? He's
Look
looking
at
up at
that
the camera.
That's a good picture.
Let's draw a mustache on him. Oh, he already has one.
All right. All right, Big John. You take care, brother.
Bye, John.
All right, Junie. Junie, what do you have for us?
You
What do you
know,
like to share with the audience tonight?
My life, like Beth said, has changed because of the Hoka Hey. The family, I already came from a family of 9, so I had a big family to start with. But the family that I've gotten outside of that family has been amazing. They do anything for each other. They run thousands of miles across states to get to each other to help. And that's the kind of people that I want to spend my time with. Like I told you with the cancer, it really started making me prioritize my life. And I don't feel I'm wasting my time here. I feel we are doing so much good with this event that we pull, all these riders into every 2 years.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Junie. We appreciate you joining us tonight on Hoka Hey Talk. We look forward to seeing you at the start line, and we'll definitely be following along. We'll be broadcasting. We'll be covering the challenge like we did for 24. So we look forward to maybe do a tap in with you to kind of find out how things are going.
Oh yeah,
and
for
share
sure.
some word with the audience.
Sure.
All right. Well, you take care, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you.
Sounds
Good night.
good.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Night, Junie.
Good night, Bethy.
Bethy.
Good night.
She just called me Bethy, didn't she?
Bethy. I love it. I love it.
Oh, shoot.
So, Mama Beth, we want to thank you for coming on. Are there any last words you would like to share with the audience tonight? We had a really nice audience tonight. People were tuning in. Like I said, they even had a watch party going on tonight.
That's fun. That's a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, the motorcycle challenge, it's changed my life. And I know that it's changed a lot of other people's as well. In 2013, that coin that you showed that I commented on, the artwork was Jim's. The actual original artwork is black, red, yellow, and white. So all 4 nations of people represented. And that was what we used to represent Wolakota, which is brotherhood. Wolakota is a sacred way of life centered on peace and harmony and, being good to one another. And if Hoka Hey accomplishes nothing else, then I believe that we have done a great deal towards promoting Wolakota. And I'm grateful for everybody that understands that and is willing to carry it forward. So thank you all.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you, Beth.
Yes.
Thank you for all that you do, Beth. It's a pleasure meeting you. I look forward to meeting you in person.
Definitely. Hopefully soon.
Yeah. It's a K-Solo. You here?
No, he's frozen.
He froze.
Well, it's been a real pleasure to be on the show. So thank you. Thank you very much for having me. I have enjoyed myself. It's been a fun time.
Yes. I think K-Solo, you still, I'm going to close it out for you, K-Solo. He said,
Am I? Was I mute?
You was mute and froze and everything, man. We didn't hear nothing.
I told you the bandwidth, Doc.
I know.
I told you we out of bandwidth, man. Oh my goodness, folks, y'all need to donate to the platform, man. Help us out. Help us get a better platform or something, man. Daggone. I'm sitting there thinking I'm talking and saying the right words and everything, man. And that's absolutely nothing.
No.
Not like solo. My goodness. We want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight to the Round with K Solo podcast show on Hoka Hey Talk. Tonight we had the honor of having Beth Durham on. She is the director. We had Junie on. She is the board member who covers rider relations. And we had Big John Levins on. And Big John Levins does what Mama Beth needs him to do. So he does it all. He does it all. Mm-hmm. And then to all of the other board members, I have their information. We're going to try to get them up later. We'll definitely address it at another episode of Hoka Hey Talkers. Mm-hmm. On the 19th, we have George's J. Harris coming on. He's going to be a first-time rider of the Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge. He was just down at the Iron Elite event, and he's excited. He's really excited to ride the challenge. Everybody, that's the challenge coin right there. We talked about the belt buckle, but the thing is it's not just necessarily about the belt buckle. The honor of wearing the patches, the honor of saying that you are Hoka Hey, that's what it's all about. But on a serious note, before we get out of here, I do want to do this before we kick off. Let me just get this stuff loaded up. We want to talk about. Are you there, Doc? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I am. I just saw David Bell. Yeah. D. Bell said, "What about the giveaway?" So I'm just.
No. We got it. We got calm down, folks. Calm down. We got to get to it before I run totally out of bandwidth and it just goes black out there, man. Because that's all we got, man. That's all we got. So we want to talk about the Sankofa GoFundMe that I started for your event, for your gala. Can you talk about that gala a little bit, Doc?
Yes, absolutely. March the 12th through the 14th. The gala is the 13th, but I have a weekend event. This is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and I need people. I've been working on this organization for 15 years, working with youth, summer camp programs, after school programs, digging into the school, going into their classrooms. And so I just need people to know that every year I try to do a fundraiser. This is our 15th year. And this is when people think of charity weekend, they think of an event, but the Sankofa charity weekend is more than just an experience. Okay. It's the 3-day intentional fundraising or event. It's full of purpose, it's full of connection and impact. And so K Solo heard me talking, Gorilla Blue, who is my keynote speaker. They heard me saying that I've been trying to get this going, and well, I've got it going, but as far as fundraising and finances, it's hard to get grants sometimes. It's hard for parents to pay for things. Life is hard right now. And so being in a community and dealing with families from low socioeconomic backgrounds, I got Sankofa Achievement Center. And Sankofa means it's not taboo to go back and fetch from the past. You don't know where you're going unless you know where you came from. And I warrant and I ask everybody to help me, help K Solo, who is helping me and helping our families in these communities to succeed. So again, March the 12th through the 14th, I need you here. I need your support. If you can, if you can't, we have raffle tickets going on. I'm selling patches. I'm doing anything, any little bit helps. And I'm being long-winded. I know we out of bandwidth, but
You're in
thank
my
you.
pocket now.
Okay. Everybody who has donated, I appreciate you. But Sankofa Achievement Center, please look it up. I'm on Facebook. We're on Instagram. You can look me up at the State of Tennessee Department of Charitable Solicitations. And that's what I got. I don't know if I answered it, but I'm still.
You did. You got it, Doc. You got it. You 100% nailed it as always, because you're impeccable like that. So listen, Doc, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. Before we get up out of here, folks, there is the QR code right there that you can scan if you want to donate. Please do $5, $10, $15, $25, $100, whatever you would like to donate. We're gonna hit our goals. We are going to hit our target goal. There's a couple of things I need to do before we get up out of here. Let me just unload some of
Oh,
this
I
other
like that.
stuff.
Look at that. Scuba said, thank you, Scuba. Scuba said, Doc, I am sure there are a few Hoka Hey riders that need a charity for 2026. How do I let them know that this charity is available?
But we're already doing it, Doc.
Okay.
We're talking about it tonight in front of them, letting them know there's the GoFundMe. They can look it up, 501c3, legit. All the funds go to help these kids. That's what we're doing it for. And if they want to give, they want to sit there and say, well, look, I want to kick a few dollars your way, Doc. Appreciate you guys coming on the show with Mama Beth, June, and Big John tonight. Just being informative, asking those questions that we may have thought of, that we get them firsthand because maybe they were too shy. Maybe they sit there and say, well, maybe I'm not a rookie, something. But, this is what it's all about. But listen, we're going to go ahead and try to get this raffle going.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get this thing going. An error occurred. Try refreshing. Okay, we're going to try refreshing. We're going to get it going. We're going to get it going. We're going to get it going. We're going to get it going because Doc got me out of bandwidth for y'all. I know I only pay for like an hour and 45 minutes. So, Doc. Oh, Doc. Man, look at here.
What?
Oh, folks. Folks, I'm telling you right now, Doc got me out here flapping, y'all, and I hate flapping, man. Doc got me out here flapping. So it said there was only 5 entries. I know there was more than 5 entries. So look, this is what we're gonna do for like the next 30 seconds. For the next 30 seconds, type in the comments # Hoka Hey right now. Do it. Hurry up. For the next 30 seconds. For the next 30 seconds. Next 30 seconds. Come on, folks. Come on, folks. Next 30 seconds. Next 30 seconds. Type in Hoka Hey in the comments. Type in the Hoka Hey in the comments. Type in Hoka Hey in the comments. We're going to do it. We're going to do it, Doc, because I want to give some stuff away. I want to give some stuff away. I want to give some stuff away. Come on, folks. Type Hoka Hey in the comments. Hoka Hey in the comments. Doc got me out of bandwidth.
Okay. So is it picking up now as they're putting it in?
Yes, it's picking up now. It's picking up now. I know, Doc. I told you. See,
The gremlins.
I know. All right, folks. We're gonna go ahead and kick this thing off. Drop him in, drop him in, drop him in. 15. That's 15. We got 15. We got 15. Come on, keep dropping them in, dropping them in, dropping them in. Hashtag Hoka Hey, drop them in, drop them in. Everybody, drop them in, drop them in.
I want to
drop them in, drop them in, drop
I
them
want to get
in,
the
drop
ones
them
that
in.
might have left that put in Hoka Hey.
I know.
earlier.
Well, Doc, I ran out of bandwidth. Come on, folks. Come on, folks. We got 16. We got 16. Come on. You can only do it one time, by the way. Tiki Doctor in. Come on. Bald head nasty, only one time, bald head nasty. All right, that's it, folks.
Bald head nasty.
That's it. Bald head nasty, keep dropping it in. Drop it in. Hoka Hey. Hoka Hey. Who got Hoka Hey in there? Craig. Come on, folks. Drop it in. What do we got? We got 22. We got 22. Come on in, folks. Come on. We got. Okay,
If they've never ridden a Hoka Hey, can they put it in there?
Yes. If they've never ridden a Hoka Hey, they still can drop it in. We're gonna do this for 30. We're gonna do this for 30 seconds. Seconds. Let me see. Can I put up the 30-second counter?
28.
I'm gonna put up the 30-second counter, folks. 30 seconds. That's what we're gonna do. Here we go. 30 seconds. Drop it in. 30 seconds.
And we back.
All right, folks, we got to go ahead and get this thing started. Look at the big screen. We're going to hit this button for the drawing. Here we go. Oh, my hog chapter partner. Howard, there you go. Congratulations, Howard. Congratulations, man. He stuck with us the whole show.
Nice.
We want to thank him. He is our winner. He's going to get a free Hoka Hey shirt, and he's going to get one of our promo packs. We got a little promo packs. It's going to be a lanyard, a wristband, and a Riding with Case Order podcast keychain. Really nice out there, man. So once again, congratulations to Howard. He's in my hog chapter, man. So I definitely want to be putting it in your hands. Give him a round of applause. And thank you for staying with us tonight, folks. So listen, Doc, we're out of bandwidth. Time to go. The whole 9 yards, man. So look at that.
Hey,
I have nothing left, Doc. I have nothing left.
Hey, D-Bell's so funny. I threw my name in that room when you said, let's go. I said, well, I hit hashtag, okay. D-Bell talking about something. You can't play.
All right, folks, we got to get up out of here. Y'all have a good night. Before we go, Doc, we're going to run this on a moment of silence, Doc.